Hello everybody, welcome back to VBA Lesson 3. Today we'll learn how to use VBA to make some very simple unit conversion programs. Okay, so we will convert temperature and length. For temperature, we will convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and for length, we'll convert from inches to millimeters. Okay, so this template will be given to you in the course shell, so you just have to download it. You don't have to draw any of this yourself. What you have to do is to make the programs, and that's it. Alright, so let's get started. Go to the Developer tab and click on Visual Basic. So if you remember from the first lesson, if you click on Insert Module, you can put in your programs in the module. Okay, so let's write our program. For the first program, I want to convert my temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So I will write a program for that. Sub temp. So I'm calling my program temp underscore cells. You can name yours whatever you want, but just remember that it's for the temperature conversion. Click enter. Okay. And then I want to write a with function. So with this workbook dot sheets. Okay, so this is telling VBA that I want my calculations to be done in this worksheet. Notice how we have 3 tabs at the bottom: calculation, sheet 2, and sheet 3. The calculation one was called sheet 1 originally, so we changed the name to calculation just so that it's easier for us to tell that this is the tab that we want to do our calculations on. So let's go back, and our worksheet will be the calculation worksheet. Let's open calculation. Right. Next up, we want to declare our variables. We have 2 variables here. One is the Celsius variable and one's the Fahrenheit variable. Just to make it easy, I'll call them SC and F. Okay, so DIM for dimensions, C, comma, F, S, double. I'm declaring these 2 variables as double so that they will be decimal numbers instead of integers. If you use integers for your calculations, the answers will not be as accurate. Okay. Go to the next line, C equals dot cells. Okay. So this is telling VBA that we will be getting the value for Celsius from this cell over here. Okay, so pay attention to the location of this cell. It's in column F, which is the 6th column. So column F, column 6, and row is 7. So how we can write the location is do 7 and 6. So row first, and then column comes second. 7, comma 6, and then put dot value. Go to the next line. And again, this is telling VBA that we'll be getting C, the value for C, from 7, 6. Next up, we want to do the conversion calculation. This is where the formula goes. F is the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is equal to 1.8 times the value of Celsius, C, plus 32. Okay, enter. Alright. Once we have the value for Fahrenheit, we want this value to be in this cell. Okay, so after we do the calculation, we want the answer over here. And the column is still 6, but the row is 10 this time. So we just have to change the number for the row. Okay, what we can do is put in dot cells. Okay, instead of 7, we have 10 now. 10. Column stays the same. Dot value equals f. So this is assigning the value of f to the cell 10(6). And then click enter. Right, everything looks good, so we will end this program now. So end with, right. Okay, so let's go to our worksheet. What we just did, we put in a program for converting C to F. But as a user, if you cannot see the program, it's kind of hard to tell what you have to do here to get your answer. So what we can do is put in a button here. So go to insert and click on button and make a button here. All right. When you have the button, the assign macro window will automatically open. Just click on the program that you just wrote, temp cells, and click OK. If it doesn't open automatically, you can always right click it and choose the assign macro. Okay. All right. Let's put in 1 for this, just to see if it works. Okay, 1 degree in Celsius, and then I click this button. It's 33.8 in Fahrenheit. So that looks good. If you don't want it to be called button 1, you can always change the name. You can do submit. Right, so let's change this to 3, see if it works. Alright, 37.4 looks good. If you want to clear the cells, what you can do is go to each individual one and just delete them. But there's another way to do it as well, is to have a reset button over here. And it's very easy to program that in. So let's do that. So let's go back to module, and we will write a program for the reset button. Okay, so just do sub reset. Okay, so this is a separate program. It's called the reset program. All right, let's go back to the worksheet and see which cells we need to clear. We need to clear this one and this one. So basically the 2 cells that we already put in our module. So the 7.6 and 10.6. So let's clear those 2 cells by writing cells. 7, 6. Okay, that's, oh, sorry. 7, 6. That's the first cell we want to clear. And put dot clear content. All right. Okay. So we have to do the same thing for 10.6. So what we can do is go to here and copy and paste. Just change the 7 to 10. Sometimes when you write your programs, you can do a lot of copy and paste if you are using the same command again and again. It will save you a lot of time. Okay, so we have 7 and 6 and 10.6 here, and this is a program that cleared those cells. Let's go back to our worksheet and put in the reset button so the users will know when you click on that button, you are resetting these 2 cells. Okay, so let's put in a button. Just like the one before, but we are assigning the macro reset to this one. So highlight reset and click OK. All right. And of course, we want to change the name so it's not as confusing. Let's put in reset. All right. That's good. Let's try it. Reset. Okay. All the cells are clear, and that looks good. All right. So basically, we have to do the same thing to the length conversion. But instead of C to F, we are converting from inches to millimeter. But the programs will be very similar to each other. So let's go back to our module. Okay, so we have a very nicely written program here, and we can always reuse this. So what we can do is insert another module for the length conversion. and we will do our program over here. It's basically the same as this one, so to save some time, I will copy and paste what I had in module 1. Let's go back to our module 1, and let's copy our program. Okay, paste in module 2. Okay. So let's do some changes to this one, because obviously they are not exactly the same. Okay, so for the second program, I want to call it length cells. Okay, and still in the same worksheet, still in the calculation worksheet. We have to check this line by line because we're already saving a lot of time by copying and pasting this. But if there's one variable or one letter that's not correct, our program will not work. So in order for it to work, we have to be very careful. All right, dimension, we don't have C and F. We do have another two variables called inches and millimeters. So I'll just call them I and M. Okay. So I will put dimension I, M. Yeah, it's double. That will not change. I still want them to be decimal numbers. The cells for the first one, I want to put I. Okay. Cells for the first one, I, the inches, that will be in a different location. Now it's in O. So column O. Column O is the 15th column, so it's 15, and row will be 7. It's in the same row as the temperature in C. Let's go back to the module, and I want to put this at 7 and 15. So it's in row 7, column 15. All right. We have to change this formula because it's not a temperature conversion anymore. It's length conversion. So I am converting inches to millimeter. Okay, millimeter is equal to 25.4 times inches. Okay. All right. So once I have that, I'll be able to get my value. But it's not in this location that we want to assign the M to. Let's go back to the worksheet and find out where that is. Okay. This is where I want to put my M in, and it's in the same column as the inches, 15, but it's in a different row. It's in the same row as temperature in F, which is row 10. Okay, so let's go back, and means we have to change this to 15. All right. So cells 10, 15 will be the millimeter value. Okay, looks good, and we don't have to change end width or end sub. The reset button, if we want one, we have to use a different name. Okay, because what we notice is that the first reset button is to clear the 7.6 and 10.6. If you have another reset button, you have to change the name, because if you use the same name, it will just go back to clearing those two cells. But we don't want that. We want the button to clear these two cells instead. Okay, so go back and change the reset to reset 1. Okay, so just add a letter or a number, just so that it's different than the first one. Usually we do not want two different programs to have the same name. Okay, cells, we are not clearing 7.6 or 10.6. We are clearing 7.15 and 10.15. So just change the 6 to 15. Okay. Double check to make sure everything's okay. All right. And that looks good. So we will just go back to the worksheet and put in the buttons like we did for the temperature conversion. So insert a button over here. So for this button, we want to click on the length cells. Click OK. Insert. And this one, we have to click on reset 1 instead of reset. All right. And once again, change the names. Reset for this. And with, oh, okay. Alright, I guess I can put something in here first. Just do 1, okay. If I put in 1, my answer will be 25.4. Let me change the name for this. Submit. Submit. Okay. Let's try it out. 3. Submit. 6.2. Very good. And reset. Alright. So all the cells are clear, and okay, so this is how you will program unit conversions. It's a very useful program that you can just keep it on your desktop if you want to do conversions very easily. And it's very convenient. One more thing is when you save this, again, don't forget to go to Save As and save as a macro-enabled workbook. If you do not do that, all the programming that we just did will not be saved.